Brought to you in association with Grendel Press. This is Werewolf the Podcast, a serial killer drama.
Welcome to Werewolf the Podcast. This is episode 176 and stuff's happening. It's quite exciting. Things are going on, so jump in and start listening. Oh, and before you jump in, go down to the description and have a few goes at links and stuff, or you could follow us, or you could rate us, or something, or other. Enjoy! Ben, I am driving in my car. It's a Toyota Supra. I'm proper shook at this peach situation. Proper peak, innit? Sorry, peak is slang for bad, innit? Or just bad, I suppose, in proper language. I'll try and use school English now, borough bias here, mate. I'm about to drive with the uncertain knowledge of if I am gonna die. Sounds weird, I know, but that uncertainty is the terrifying bit of it all. I don't know what to do apart from drive and extend the time I have of uncertainty by doing just that, driving. But it's the worst thing that I can do. I've learnt all this kind of thing in training, the do's and don'ts of, being taken hostage. Next to me in the car is a werewolf. That don't sound too good, does it? How do you fancy being strapped into a bucket seat next to a fucking maniac monster type? A proper peak psych patient. No, don't get me wrong, he's no giant hairy monster right now. No, he's in his scarier form. He is Will, and he is the human half of the werewolf duo. Sort of, I think he's the human half. I sort of question if Will has a humanic side to him. Is humanic a word? I just made it up, and it means, does he have morals and all that? Doubt it. He don't seem to have none. He's well known for it, in fact, in the small circle where he is actually known. To be honest, really, the man here scares me a lot more than the big black shadow thing that makes up his other half. Will is completely fucking psychotic, like level 10. Fenn's, well, he's proper scary looking, but he can't touch you. He's all ghost-like. Will, on the other hand, can touch me. He can hurt me, but he is as likely to take me for an ice cream as he is to rip my throat out, or, I don't know, get me an ice cream and then rip my throat out, or just rip my throat out and then take me for an ice cream to show me to the tourists there. You get it? He's proper like mental and all that. I don't really know how to handle people like this. It doesn't have nothing about him in the handbook. How do you mollify a psycho who can flip from friendly funster to mass murdering madman in a millisecond? You don't learn this shit in police college. You're supposed to be able to reason with everyone, ain't you? But not always with this type. This morning we're going to talk about how to handle someone who does not care about the consequences and is quite happy to kill you. In fact, killing you, well, it might make him happy, or it might not. Those of you who know me also know that I'm not the most best talker, so the likelihood is I'm going to set this half-triggered claymore mine of a man off without trying. I'll probably piss him off by saying the wrong thing in the wrong way at the wrong fucking time. He just got in my car in Lidl's car park. I didn't know he was going to get in my car. I didn't know he was anywhere near me, but he just got in. Not a good start to a Tuesday. Me and my partner Suda are supposed to be up here in the arse end of Scotland trying to keep an eye on him. I suppose I'm doing a pretty good job right now, aren't I? Fucker's right here. Right fucking here. I have my eyes directly on the fucking target. I keep my hands on the wheel of the car. I don't want to give him any reason to kick off. What the government did a while back was to give this man, this monster, this myth, a quick course of the world's best military and covert intelligence training. They basically made him a deadly weapon. Deadlier. They made this mad mistake thinking that the wolf would take orders and serve his country well Well, he did it for a while, then he decided that it was dull and left the services. And now he didn't like hand in his resignation. That would have been the proper thing to do. What he did was kill his handler and just fucking disappear. Apparently he was really good at doing his stuff while in there, like. The professor reckons he probably saved a lot more people than he killed. Suppose that makes it all alright then, eh? He also was the professor's mate, which in my opinion is proper fucked up, but hey, I'm a number, not a face in this stupid operation. So knowing that this guy is trained by my country to be better a killer, I make damn sure I don't give him any reason to think that I'm going to do anything stupid. The likelihood is that I am going to do something stupid, but I must try and make it later rather than sooner. Let's go for a drive, Will repeats as he smiles. He's looking at me in the rear-view mirror, and I flash my eyes towards his reflection in that mirror. Those fucking eyes, man. Those eyes. They're wrong, man. They're just fucking wrong. I don't have the words to describe those eyes, but they're like. Did you ever watch Shark Week? You know what sharks' eyes are like. They're just like fucking empty holes. There's no obvious soul in there. No like flash of life or nothing. I'm proper scared. I'm so fucking scared here. I'm gonna die here. I'm gonna die. What do I do? I can't help it, but tears roll from my eyes. I can't help it, man. Everyone's like a proper rude boy until it's the time, innit? I don't mind it being my time if I've got a shot to do something. But I can't fight this werewolf thing. Fucking countries have tried to fight this bastard, and he fucks up everything, man. Those eyes are just. I can't imagine. I want to imagine the shit that this man has seen. The shit that this man has fucking done. I was told a story where he once killed 5 people in a pub in Ireland just because he was bored. Bored. But not only did he kill him, he tortured and took his time about it and did it in front of people. Oh, I won't go into the details, but the things, man. The things he fucking did. Fuck, man, it's okay when you're in a briefing about him hearing this stuff. It's like, I suppose it's like watching a film. It ain't real. It's like not real. But when the psycho is next to you and smiling, well, that makes it fucking real. I don't know if he's being cruel or friendly. I just don't know how to handle it. I really don't. I lengthen the time out. I take as much time as I can without pissing him off. Every second that goes by gives me a little more hope that help might come. But I don't know what that help can be. I know nothing we have here can stop him. Not this man. We don't have anything that can take him down, and he probably also knows this. So I mean, please don't diss me or think me weak for a few shed tears. They're worthy tears at this moment, and put yourself in my fucking place. Use that thing called empathy if you have. I'm proper scared. He is. Well, he's enjoying this. He is. He's enjoying these fucking tears flowing. He's enjoying his role of power. He's enjoying the fact that I won't even let go of the wheel to wipe my eyes. He's the fucking ultimate bully. I suppose the ultimate predator playing with his food. What were you thinking? He asked me. He's pretending that he doesn't see me breaking down. He's pretending that everything is on like a friendly basis between us. I said, Ben, what were you thinking? He repeats, turning towards me. Now, not only the shark's dead eyes, but the dead smile of the shark shines from his face. That smile has no friendliness in it. It shows no emotion. It just shows me he's got teeth. I've got to think clearly. There could be so many things I could be thinking about. What does he think I'm thinking about? Fuck, what do I say? What was I thinking? To be honest, I was thinking about everything, so which bit was it he wanted? Again, I feel lost and trapped. More fucking tears. Why am I crying? I close my eyes and rub my forehead on top of the steering wheel. It's Its touch adds comfort. It's real. This situation ain't. So, what was I thinking? What does he want to know? Could it be about following him? Could it be about the fear I'm feeling at this moment? About my part in this all? He gives me no clue about what he's asking about. Put my forehead on top of the steering wheel again, and I'm at a loss. I've no answer. He notices this pause and the confusion that I have. He has a question and expression before he realises. I'm asking about the car, Ben. He tells me with exasperation. Ben, I'm talking about the car. What were you fucking thinking? He laughs and smiles as he says it. His man is like he's a friend, and we are bantering on like, he's just like ripping the piss out of me. Fuck, he knows exactly what he's doing. He's playing me like a, like fisherman, angler plays a fish on a line. I'm used to people slagging off the super. This don't sound too dangerous a chat to have, and I know he can switch in an instant, but I must play for time. I must try. I turn my head. The side of it still touches the top of the wheel, and I look at him. Tears drip from my face. Do you know what? I don't give a fuck if he sees them. I like it, I tell him. I tell him through the snotty tears, and I shrug. Our eyes meet once more, and he smiles. His fucking predator smile. The energy that he's passing between us is painful. I've nothing. I have no idea how this psycho's going to react, and he knows it. He could go total loco. He might not. Fuck, he's enjoying this. He really knows how scared I am, and he feeds on it. The moment lasts more than a moment, if you know what I mean. I don't know if you know what I mean. It lasts a virtual lifetime. All my energy is dumped. I'm ready and prepared for it. No, I'm not. I'm lying to myself now. But this is it. I'm about to die. I hope it's quick. Then something changes in his demeanour. The eyes switch on. Something is there in them. There is relief, and he sits back in his seat. Fuck. Well, I suppose everyone's got to have their thing. He's now stroking the surfaces around him, showing great interest in all the parts. Looking at this thing, you must have, must be right into the Fast and Furious franchise. A proper Fast and Furious franchise fan. I smile and nod. No, mate, my dad was. I'm a bit younger for it, a bit young for it, but we watched them together. Something changes. The smile drops from Will's face. What have I said? It is as though he shrinks in stature. The man internalises now. He's thinking of something else. He looks out the door's window, 1,000-mile stare. He leans his elbow on the sill of the window and holds his chin in his hand. Time passes. Seconds, I know, but they feel like hours. Eventually his thoughtful pause ends and he turns his head and smiles, a real smile. It's a smile with some human feeling in it. Is that regret in his eyes? No, it can't be. This thing don't feel nothing. He sniffs and rounds his hands on the side of the bucket seat as he sits forward. He is a lot less. It's just a lot less. It's the only way I can explain it. He offers a lot less fear. After a while, he speaks up. Well, I'm intrigued to find out what it can do. Again, he looks around the car, and then the old energy starts to rebuild in him. The monster's coming back. Let's go, he tells me, sort of happily and sharply. I start the engine and get the little thrill that it gives me every time I do so. Stormzy blast from my upgraded Sony system. The bass tube in the rear kicks up the tunes to teeth-rattling levels. It's weird now. It's weird how this vehicle can offer me little comfort at the worst of times. Tunes and revving booms. Fucking beautiful. Will leans forward and turns off the sound system. I turn my head and look at him. He must have seen this as me giving disapproval of him doing so. I weren't. It was just the fear of his quick movement. Oh, don't worry, I'm not judging you for your tunes, Ben. I just want to hear the engine note, that's all. He reassures me and sits back, relaxing into his seat. The man's silent for a moment, and with eyes closed, he listens to the engine idling. I lift my head from the wheel and his eyes flick open. Again our eyes meet in the mirror. He smiles and nods his approval, at least at the sound of the engine. "Nice," he says to no one in particular. "Come on then, let's go then." He turns to me and we pull out of the parking spot and make our way to exit. Silence reigns within car. "Is it the 3 litre? "Sounds like the 3 litre to me," he asks. "Yeah, it's 3 litre, I snap out as a reply. He nods as he looks around the interior and he listens again as we accelerate a little. An interesting choice of tuning. I mean, I like that bottom end for talk. You know your stuff, Ben? I bet this thing leaps from standing." I don't say nothing, I just smile. At the car park exit, he asks me to stop. Suddenly from somewhere, the dark shadow of a wolf wanders his way up to the car. It's Fenrir. He walks through the bodywork and somehow for the giant form that he is fits into the back of the vehicle. Will laughs. "No taste, Fen, it looks like a bag of shit, doesn't it? But the engine in here is a beauty. It's got proper nice mapping and mods. I reckon anyway." There's a moment of silence and Will laughs. I'm not party to what has been said or between the man and his soul. Fenrir says that he's glad he can't be seen in this thing. Will tells me. "Oh, which way, Will?" I ask him at the exit once the wolf soul's aboard. There really is only right or left. They both lead onto the A836. Will looks both ways and I can see him think. Well, let's head right. There's that solid straight up to Castletown. Let's open this baby up and see what she can do," he tells me with an element of excitement in his voice. He leans forward and puts on the tunes as I pull into the light traffic of the day. This is it for me, the end, but maybe this is a good way to go. The tunes are banging and the car has a weird atmosphere of enjoyment. The man next to me is completely relaxed as we head out of Furzo. And now it will be the complete opposite atmosphere with Sula and the squad watching this. Behind the scenes, Sula and the team are going fucking crazy, or at least I hope they are. In my mind, I see teams swinging into action. Whoever the tactical response team is right now should have been notified and should be on their way. Hopefully the technology of the world's military systems are watching. Little comfort, to be honest. There's no way that they can help me. There's no way they can stop this fucking thing. What's gonna happen's gonna happen. The only thing controlling this situation is the fucking psycho next to me. I focus on the road. I try to clear my mind of everything else. What will be, will be. Let's see what this thing can do then, lad, as we pass the school, eh? Will tells me. He's full of excitement. I actually get a buzz off on him being buzzing. It also feels like a permission to do what he says because the alternative is... all other rules are gone, aren't they? I want to live. And the only way to do that is do what he says. So I'm going to have to go for it. "You've got 3 or 4 miles of straight road before you hit Castletown," he says excitedly. "Let her rip." So I fucking do. I accelerate as soon as I hit the straight. I've never been able to do this before, so this is thrilling. I hit 80 miles per hour quickly and the clock keeps climbing. Maybe I should just take us off the road. Just crash this thing. At least I would have control over my own death, but no. I'm too scared to do it. I'm a bit of a coward, although it would give me control back. In the mirror, I see a smile on the Will's face as he braces himself in his seat. I'm doing good. Hopefully he'll remember this and just let me go. "Faster! Come on, faster!" He shouts over engine noise. He's jumping up and down a little bit like a child. The thrill of speed is in his eyes. I come flying up on a car's tail. This means I have to back off the accelerator and slow down things before I make sure it's safe before I pass. This action brings a sense of failure. His excitement stops and he solidifies in his seat. He's very disappointed in me. I can feel it. The silence next to me is painful. I can feel the anger rolling off the man. I speed up again, but the feeling in the car is not the same as it was. There's the lack of excitement now and a great sense of dissatisfaction. This is not feeling good for me in any way. I slow down. I might as well. Will taps his fingers on his leg and holds his head in his hand slightly as he looks at me. I know I fucked up bad. We get closer to Castletown, then the words I did not want to hear are fucking here, don't he? Pull the fuck over here. Anger is evident in his tone. My stomach flips. Where are the fucking Norwegians? They should have been here. Sula, please do something. Fucking please. Pull the fuck over, Ben. He repeats. More tears in my eyes. I don't fucking want to fucking die. Pull over, Ben. I don't want to, but I know I must, but I must gain as much extra time as I possibly can for help to maybe get to me. This could be it, though. I could be fucking done. I indicate, slowly pulling an entranceway to someone's home. Will leaps out of the car and runs around at my door, wrenching it open. I tense. He's gonna kill me. I'm ready. I don't know. I don't have a chance. Time extends as the angry man bends towards me. His face is full of rage and venom. This is it. I close my eyes and prepare for... He says. I hold myself ready for the strike, or even worse, for the bite. I'm ready. Frozen but ready. Time ticks. Move over, I hear him say. I'm fucking frozen. My body's done, so I don't react. He sighs and reaches for the release of my harness. I flinch away. He unclips it. I expect him to wrench me from the seat at any moment, so I fucking just go limp. Move over, he says. The anger seems to have gone. He must see me sitting there with eyes closed. He must realise what I think is going to happen. He grabs me by the shoulder, gently, and shakes it. Ben, he says. I open my eyes into a given smile, a supportive smile. Move over, mate, he repeats. He actually has a pleasant tone. Come on, move over, for fuck's sake, please, he asks, nicely. I suddenly realise that I'm not dead. I realise that I'm not in pain. I realise that I've not been hurt. I look at him and he motions to the passenger seat. I know it takes me a while, but eventually I understand and nod. I skip across the centre console and sit in the passenger side. I don't try to run. What's the point? The man climbs in the driver's seat and shuffles to get comfortable as he clips his harness in place. I sit and stare at him in disbelief. Shouldn't I be dead? I've sort of resigned to being dead. He smiles as he grips the steering wheel, sliding his hands up and down it and around it as he fiddles with switches, buttons, pushes down the clutch pedal and fiddles with a gear stick. He now looks at me and laughs. I could feel his excitement. He spins the rear wheels as he launches out into traffic. He doesn't even look if anything's approaching, he just fucking goes. An unfortunate red Volvo leaps out of his way, narrowly missing hitting us. Horns and brakes screech as a man next to me gives a little whoop and a little laugh of excitement. He accelerates away and then handbrake turns the Supra to face the opposite direction, straight into oncoming traffic. And as the delivery van misses the front of the car by fucking inches and goes flying into the field next to us through the stone wall, I watch it land on its side and score a groove through the ploughed field. Will laughs as his brakes squeal and horns blare. With two more close calls as vehicles do all they can not to hit the front of the Supra. Somehow, as though it's an anti-gravity front bumper or something, cars and vans miss us. It literally feels like some power is deflecting them from hitting us. We sit in a little bubble of safety as they run into each other and parts of the scenery. Will is fucking super enjoying the chaos and destruction about him. He sits and revs the engine as he watches the fun. When everything stops and he's still, he slams his foot to the floor. His look is feral. I cannot take my eyes off that fucking face. I ain't looking where I'm going. This ain't real. I'm somewhere between disbelief and fucking shit in me pants. The car sits, wheels spinning briefly before the rubber bites the tarmac and jarringly relaunch. I turn my head to see a road full of traffic. The acceleration pulls G-forces as we go. My head is pinned to the headrest of the seat and I feel my stomach fall through the floor as we set off. I reach my left hand to the dashboard as if to steady myself or something. We're gonna crash. We're driving on the wrong side of the fucking road. A car manages to get out of our way by running off the road. The lorry behind it is not gonna be able to do that though. We accelerate at it. I start yelling and push myself as deep into my seat as I can. The white lorry front is getting closer and it's managed to pull halfway off the road. I turn to look at the thing beside me. He's laughing maniacally. He focuses on the target. I assume it's his target. What is he? Why is he? Time stops as a Supra contacts the front of the truck. Silence.
The Professor. The Morgan Plus 8 motor car I'd been helping Ernest to restore was now purring like a contented cat. A refurbished Weber twin-choke 40 carburetor and a shiny new pair of tailpipes for the exhaust had been the final pieces in the jigsaw. I asked him if he intended to sell the pretty vehicle and turn his work into wealth.
Sell her? Sell her? Oh no, my dear boy, he said. Didn't I mention this car once belonged to Atticus? We drove it all the way to Braemar in Scotland together once upon a time. It was the occasion upon which we both met Agatha, the Witch of Scythian Blair, for the very first time. I shan't go into the details. That is a story for another day. But no, Simon, no. I do not intend to sell this car.
It was understandable. Atticus Frobisher and Ernest Wainwright had been lifelong friends until Atticus passed away just a few weeks previously. The dear old boy missed his friend utterly, and the restoration of the car which Atticus had left to him in his last will and testament was something of an exercise in catharsis, a way of supporting him through his grief. "Well, should you ever change your mind, Ernest," I said, "you must agree to sell it only to me. You know I'll give it the perfect home, and I'll show it the love and respect it deserves." I was sorry to hear about Atticus passing away, and I was even sorrier not to be able to attend his funeral. But I did rather have my hands full at the time with all this shit showing about, pardon my French.
Oh, no pardon needed. You're free to express yourself however you need to, Simon. No standing on ceremony chez moi. Except maybe at the dinner table, of course, he said with a smile.
Of course, I echoed. It was at that very dinner table, later that evening, that I did indeed utterly break with protocol in an unforeseen manner, as my phone alerted me to an instant message arriving. It caught my attention, as the sound profile had been set to silent ever since I'd arrived to stay with Ernest. It irked me somewhat, as I don't really approve of the use of mobile devices at meal times. Dinner in particular is a meal that's there to be experienced and enjoyed, especially when in such rare company as the venerable Mr. Ernest Wainwright. I apologized and explained that such an alert coming through when the phone was set to silent was not a good sign. It could mean only one thing, actually. For the Supernatural Police Department to interrupt me during my extended period of leave of absence, it must have been something important.
Please, Simon, he said, do go ahead and do whatever you must. In your line of business, there really is a chance that lives could be depending upon your immediate attention.
I thanked him and retrieved the handset from the polished mahogany table in the hallway where I had left it upon my arrival. It was indeed from the SPD. I felt a slight sinking sensation quite deep in my guts. What the hell was it going to be this time? I opened the message and read it to myself out loud. Now then, let me see. What's all this, what's this, Professor, it says here. That's me, obviously. There's been a terrible accident. Ben was kidnapped, forced to drive away by the target he was observing. Blah, blah, blah. Car crashed at high speed. Ben in ITU. Oh, bloody hell, that's not good, I said to myself. The message had come from Sula, and I knew how she must be feeling, responsible as she was for the welfare of those under her command. I typed a reply. So sorry to hear that, Sula. Who was the target? I neglected to type the question mark at the end of that sentence, so I added the punctuation as a single character and sent it as a supplemental message. Probably superfluous, but I'm a stickler for decent grammar, even in instant messaging. Just a few moments passed before Sula's reply arrived. It was a single word, unpunctuated, not capitalized. I winced slightly at this, but it was the weight of the 3 letters and what they carried that sent a shiver of shock down my spine. "Oh, Christ," I said again under my breath.
Oh dear,
said Ernest.
that doesn't sound too good. Did she tell you who the target was?
"Yes, Ernest," I replied.
Yes,
"I'm afraid she did."
was it our friend from Sir Gut?
He probed.
None other, Ernest,
I said.
It sounds very much as though the recent period of peace and relative safety this great nation has enjoyed may be at an end. The target was none other than Will, the very werewolf I decided not to execute when I had the chance just a few short weeks ago. If that boy dies, his blood is very much on my hands.
Brought to you in association with Grendel Press. This is Werewolf the Podcast, a serial killer drama.